To Stamp with Michelle Pepper. It's Wednesday, 1st of April 2026. No, it's not April Fool's Day here. No. So yeah, anyway, thank you for joining me. I am, as per usual, showing you a couple of projects using Stampin Up products, current Stampin Up products. Although, yeah, just found out this morning when I looked it up again that these papers are now actually on last chance list, which means that while if it sells out, then it sells out. Also, it is discounted right now. So anyway, yeah, so that's what we're doing today. We are working with this set of papers. You know, it's a little bit messy at the moment. It's called Perennial Lavender. All right, it's the 12 by 12 DSP. So let's just switch you around. And I am sorry that I am a little bit late. Oh, where's my button? Oh, there it is. Because when I checked my phone, the phone that I use to record this and to do Facebook Live on, it says 1:18. And I was like going, what? I was like, oh, I've got plenty of time. And then, of course, I looked at it properly. It says 1:18 a.m. And I was like, what? It's like, so I don't know what's wrong. The phone did die, as in, you know, went out of battery completely. And so I charged up. So I don't know whether that reset it or something. So, and then, yeah, so I thought before I do a recording, I wanted to reset that time so that it actually has the right time stamp on it. So yeah, so that's why it was a few minutes late. Now, Perennial Lavender DSP. I have tried to, actually, I've wanted to show this paper for some time now, but you know, things keep coming up and other things keep taking priority. And anyway, decided that we'll show that today. And of course, this morning, when I checked on the website, it is a whole lot of products are now on the last chance list because we are in April. So in May, oh, hello, Sue. Yeah, so in May, we are getting new catalog. And also, so in the past, this would be the time in May, we would have a new annual catalog, which would have, which would run for the whole year to 2027. But we've just had a change of strategy, Stampin Up. So we are now actually going to have 3 catalogs through the year. Yeah. So the next one will be May to August 2026. So there's only one catalog that is live, and then the online exclusive products, which are not published. So yeah, so only those 2 rather than 2 catalogs to contend with. So it's great news for all round. Yep. So oh, I think we'll start with the harder. So I've got 2 projects, right? So one is very simple, okay, and the other one is harder. Now this simple one, actually, again, this card was made a long time ago, a while ago, but just never got around to being shared. And I think I did share it, but I never got around to actually do a class on it. So we'll do that one, but I might leave that to second card. Finally got around on my laptop trying something new. Oh, okay. Yeah, lots of new products in May, that's for sure. So let's not get ahead of ourselves, though. I thought, you know, there's no point in me showing you the new products right now because you can't get it yet unless you join up as a demonstrator. Come and sign up under my team, and then you'll have access to all the new products ahead of time, ahead of customers. But otherwise, it's still early April, so maybe from mid-April I will start showing some new products. But right now, I thought might as well just quickly use up or show you the last chance products, which is also beneficial for you because it will be, most of them will be discounted as well. So it's a great time to stock up and stash up. Yeah, so this being Easter week, so this week, this Friday being Good Friday and Easter Sunday, I thought we'll do the pop-up cross card. I think it's what it's called. I actually don't know if there's an official name for it. Yeah, the circle 1A. Yeah, that's real simple. So I think while we're fresh, you know, I'll show you how to make this one. But I also wanted to show you how I cut. I do my cutting. So when you, as a customer, if you place an order with me this week, right up to the 7th of April, you'll be getting these 2 kits for free. I'll send them to you, so no shipping charges either. I'll cover that. But yeah, so it will come like this, all cut up and scored, ready for you. So all you need to do is put it together. So that is just a way to get you crafting. Even though you might be an avid crafter, it's nice sometimes just to have things done for you already. I know I appreciate it. So that's why I love kits. So yeah, so that's, you know, like, so all you need to do is just fold and follow the score lines. And this is the easel part. So Gorgeous Grape is the color. Because we're working with the lavender paper, so it's kind of like, yeah, kind of this color. But when I do the cutting, I will show you how to cut it with peacock, pretty peacock, yeah, because that color is also, yeah. So when you get it, you've got all the lines already scored, so you just really want to score them. You just want to fold them, burnish them with your bone folder. You know, I have 2 bone folders and I do not know where they have all disappeared to. Let me see if it is here. I have no idea. So I don't know where it's gone. So I'm just going to have to use my finger. All right, so just kind of burnish it really well. Now, if you don't know about how we refer to mountain and valley folds. So if you look it up, like if you look at that, so that is the mountain and that's the valley. Okay, so basically most of them will be mountain fold except for this middle one. So there are 3 score lines. So the middle one is going to be a mountain fold because you're going to fold it up. Okay. It depends on where you're looking at it, because if you're looking at it this way, it will be the valley fold, but if you're looking at it this way, it will be the mountain fold. But hopefully it will make sense to you when you get it, because you will see what we're trying to achieve here. We're trying to make it into an easel. Whoops. Hey, come on. It was working before. I kid you not. Try number 2. Oh, goodness. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. And we've got this. So, yeah. So, I'm just basically wanting to close that up. So, that will make you an easel card. Okay, that folds down flat. My volume is low today, too. Can Michelle people turn up her volume? Oh, it's usually low. Okay, I will try. I don't know. Does that work better? My phone it might be my phone. I have turned it up real high on my side, but I don't know if I turn it up the right place. This microphone. Ooh, I'm going to try something. Reduce background, enhance voice. Do we want that? Do you want to enhance my voice? I don't know what that does. I'm going to try it. What does that do? Has it enhanced my voice? Because I have done that now. I have... No? Okay. Let me know, Ruby, if that makes any difference. There was a button and it says enhance voice. And also another option to reduce background noise. There is a lag as well, so I can't see your response right now. Anyway, but that's how you can quickly make an easel card. So it made it louder. Yay! Do I still sound the same? Look, and as you excited, lots of last chance, and finally a set I've loved has gone lower on last chance. Ooh, which one is that? Yep. So there's definitely a good time. Yeah, I need to do all the social media, all the marketing stuff. Yeah, it's just not enough time to do everything. we didn't know ahead of time. So Ruby, just to let you know, and customers, everyone else, as demonstrators, we don't actually know ahead of time what is going on last chance. Anyway, I've lingered on here quite a bit. So hopefully you saw how easy it was to do that. So then that's your easel, okay? Oh, my voice is different, not the volume. A bit louder. I hope it's better. I don't know. Would you like me to turn it back on? Back off? Turn it off or turn it on? Leave it on as in it is enhancing my voice. Or shall I switch that off? So that's one. And then yeah, so this one also comes already scored for you. And so you just need to burnish all the lines. So basically you want this look, okay? So then that's just a matter of going in there. But before I do that, let's just use up all these. So I'm showing you how to put the kit together when you get it, but I actually really want to show you how to cut it as well, which gets a little bit technical and gets a little bit I actually taught it to a bunch of university students on Monday, and some of them got a bit flustered and some was like going, what is this? Because there's actually a lot of maths, right? Because there's a lot of numbers, and because whenever I work with DSP, I tend to use inches, right? Imperial measurements. And so because of how, it makes sense. We have a 12 by 12. It makes sense to do 4 by 3, 4 by 4, 6 by 6, 4 by 6. So I tend to use inches. So, and then some of the kids were like, there's a university students, they're getting also flustered. And I was trying to tell them that this is just a mindset thing because it's new and suddenly it seems really difficult. But anyway, we'll see how we go. So yeah, I'm just trying to see if this is the right pattern. So it kind of doesn't matter so much with this pattern, but some patterns would matter a lot. Let me see, like this one. Well, this would matter a lot if you don't have it in the right order, right? This DSP. And that DSP, I believe, is also on sale. So lots of papers are on sale. I debated whether to call this class Perennial Lavender because I actually thought, it's actually good to showcase all the... What is this? It's actually to showcase all the, you can do this with any paper. Lots of different papers do. And because this morning when I checked when I checked it, I saw that the last chance product was updated. And I was like, there's so many DSP. I can just show lots of different ones. But it was just too short notice for me. I was just running out of time to do everything. So, anyway, I just had to stick with plan A, which was we're showcasing Perennial Lavender DSP, but bear in mind, you guys, that you can do this with any paper, obviously. So the kit, when I give it to you as a free kit, it will be in this paper, unless I run out of it. There's a chance of that happening. No, not really. Right, so yeah, that was the other thing that I needed to. People don't believe you, when you say you don't need a lot of glue, just a little bit. And yeah, this glue is just so awesome. It works so well. So I was thinking I do it this way because if I do it on a DSP, then they're more likely that I'll get glue on my hand. It's this way. I'm keeping clean so far. So I've used the same. See, that's what I'm used to doing. I've used the same side. The sample, I have used the opposite side. So these, and then I turn it over the opposite side, and then those two. So there's a little bit of difference. So here I'm showing you how I've done this slightly different. Okay, so I've done this all the same. Oh, isn't that pretty? That's such a pretty look. Anyway, so now to put it on here, how easy it is. All right, so now you would think intuitively you would want to do it like that, okay? But if you do it like that, there is a chance that once you glued it on, that doesn't shut. See how that doesn't shut properly? It doesn't fold flat. Yeah, there's a chance that that can happen. Right, so best thing to do is don't do that. Best thing to do is actually close one side and then kind of look and see that it is, yeah, it is centered. So you've got the equal amount of water. Right, so once you're happy with that, then I'll flip that over and put glue on the side. Move your hands, it's going to be like an octopus. Okay, and then happy with that, I'm just pressing that down and just close it off. Right, so Aussie and New Zealand share the same warehouse, I think. Yes, we do. I'm sorry, I don't know what was mentioned beforehand, but yes, we do. We but unless I got that wrong, I'm pretty sure we do. Yeah, all comes out for us from Aussie. Okay, so flip it over. All right. So now I know it's definitely going to fold down flat. Okay. Yes. So just be aware of that. Don't. Whoa. What's going on here? Okay. Thought I glued that bit down there. So and that's it. So it folds flat on and fits in the envelope nicely. And then why is that moved? Okay. I didn't center this very well, apparently. Let's see if I can pull that apart. Oh well, otherwise I can't pull it apart. Okay, well, it would just have to look a bit odd. So, learn from my mistake. Make sure you're centering it really well, because otherwise now it looks like there's a lot more border on here. Maybe I'll do the heat trick to pull that off. Maybe I'll try and do this. Ooh. I think I'll be happier if I do this. I know. This is terrible. Nah. I'm just going to leave it because it's not going to work unless I use my heat tool. Shall I use my heat tool? It really is bothering me. Is it bothering you guys? Alright, let's do it. It's handy, so why not? Let's just do it. Sorry, is it very loud? Okay, let me know if I need to turn it off on the display. Reduce background noise. That was the other thing that I could do. Reduce background noise. I've just done that now. Let me know if that makes a difference. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, so you're having issue with the laptop and thingy computer. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, it's not going to look very good under, but that's okay. Right. Try again. And this time, hopefully, we'll get it a bit more centered. I don't know why it still seems so, it looks alright to me. There's an ant. Where are you going? Silly ant. Okay. Alright, that now looks a lot better to me, I feel. Okay. So, and you wouldn't know it, you wouldn't know the disaster that it has been. If you didn't watch this video, you wouldn't know. Okay, and that's it. Right, so now we just need to do the cross bar bit. Ooh, where did it go? There was, where did the paper go? And here. Oh, silly, 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 silly. Not sure where my paper is gone. Okay, I had it. Hey, while you guys talk among yourselves. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I will just try and find out where it's gone. I will find it probably. What was the other side of that paper? It was that one, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay, so that was that. Pretty sure it was 3, so we can go for 3. And that was 1 and 1/8. Yep. So then I need a basic white cardstock. Here's my basic white cardstock. Right. Okay, that's a little bit. Here we go. So with this one now, coming, it is now. So I need 1 1/4 and 3 1/8. Here's my thingy. 1 1/4 and 3 1/8. So just 1/8 bigger. 1 1/4, which is here. So yeah, as I said, you know, I was taking it for granted. Like all these measurements comes easy to us because we work with it so much. Changing my sound back. Okay, let's see. Let me know. I'm not sure. I am using this other phone. Maybe I need to try it with the other phone. I will do that next week, next time. Right, so now I just want to make this in the center. Alright, so kind of happy with around about there. So I'm just going to put some glue in the middle. Okay, right, so that looks good to me. Looks good to you. I'm going to try coming back in case it's me. Okay, thank you. Thanks for troubleshooting for me. Great. All right, so then there was that. I'm going to let it dry. Does it look crooked to you? I think it's fine. Yeah. So then we're just going to stamp, and I have used You Are Loved because, as I said, this is going to be this, you know, it was kind of inspired by the fact that it's Easter time, so I wanted to do this cross card for Easter. I know it's a little bit late, though, for you guys, because by the time you get this, wait, sorry, I do not know where my stamp's gone. Where did it go? Goodness me. I mean, how can things just disappear? Seriously. Hello. Oh my goodness. Where are you? My stamp has disappeared. I cannot see it anywhere. Ah, my goodness me. Okay, it's probably very obvious, you know? Okay, now I am just... It's a whole block like this. Where could that block have gone to? Seriously. There is something going on. I do not know what. Alright, plan B then. I wanted to stamp "You Are Loved," but I do not know where the stamp's gone. So I'm going to leave it for now, because I could try and do another one, but then, anyway, yeah, so then that stamp will just go on there, and that's your card. All right, so then you can write on here. So if you need it to, we'll have a piece of paper and basic white so that we can place it on here, and then you can write a bit more. But otherwise, that is the card. Okay, so it's easel so that it can stand up and still be really nice. Okay, I'm really annoyed. I do not know where that stamp has gone. Okay, and try not to be fixated, but I am fixated. All right, let's move on, because I wanted to show you how to cut it if you wanted to make this. Oh, actually, and also I wanted to show you an alternative, because you might not want to do a cross. And especially by the time you get the kit, you might feel like, oh, you know, I can't do a cross. I mean, the cross is great for me anyway. I feel like it's great just as a "You Are Loved." You know, I don't necessarily want to write "Happy Easter," because then I feel like it's a bit limited on when you can actually use a card. So this way I feel like I can use this anytime. But also this card is also useful, like, I mean, you can do like a sympathy card. So so thinking of you or praying for you as a sympathy card, I think that would be really nice. Even if someone's not a Christian, I think the cross is generally well received. I'm not sure. On that note, it'd be interesting. So if you guys care to leave me a message to let me know, what does the cross, you know, what do you think of when you see the cross? I mean, as a Christian, for me, when I see the cross, I think of Jesus and how much he loved us. And so for me, that would be a perfect sentiment to say you are loved. You are loved by God. You are loved by people that you know you. And yeah, I would want to say that I love you too, especially if I know you. Yeah, so I think you can use it as a sympathy card. If you know people that are getting baptized, getting christened, yeah, those are also, this card will also be perfect for those occasions. So yeah, anyway, so, but I do have a plan for you. If you are not wanting to do the cross, then we can do a different option. So before I go on to do that, I wanted to show you how I do the cutting so that you can see how it's all done if you wanted to do that. So let me just get this out of the way. Right, and get that out of the way, get that out of the way. I still cannot see that stamp. This is so bizarre. Like, I do not have a big space, and still it can go walkabouts. That is the great mystery. Okay, I think I spit on it. All right, first up, because I'm going to get 2 cards out of this 1 A4 cardstock. So what I do is it's 3.5 inch. So I'm going to cut at 7 inch because I'm going to get 2, all right, out of it. So just make sure that it's all flushed up properly at the top, okay, so that I know it's straight, and then it's measured at 7 inch. And so then I'm going to cut it right down. So I've got this piece left over, okay, so I'm going to put that aside. We can use that obviously. And then so turn it at 90 degree. Back sound is clearer, yay, yay. Okay, cool. So turn it 90 degrees, and then now it's 11 1/8 of an inch, okay? 11 1/8 of an inch. All right, you guys, if you don't have our Stampin' Up cutter trimmer, get it, because it's got both inches and centimeters, so that's going to not be a problem. So now I've done that, so I've cut it to where I want, and out of this I will get 2. So now I'm going to do all the scoring. Okay, so I'm going to close that arm back. And the first score line, let me just double check because I don't want to make a mess of this. I did write it down, and you will get it in your PDF. It will be written down. So we're scoring at 1 inch. So I'm going to pull that darker one, that's the cutting tool. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to score it at 1 inch. Pull it down here so you can see. Scoring it at 1 inch, and then 3 7/8. All right, 3 7/8. Are we good? 4 7/8. See, that's quite simple, right? It's just 4 7/8, and then 5 7/8. Yep, that is it. And that's it, right? So basically 1 inch here, 1 inch, 1 inch, okay? So that's the size of it. And then now I'm going to cut this to 3.5 inch because I'm going to make 2. So I've scored it once and then cut. Cool, bananas. All right, so that's that part. So now I've got 2. So fold it. And then that's the valley fold, and then that's the mountain fold, and that's also the mountain fold. And that's how we do the card base, right? So that was how easy it was to do that. And then we also need to do I'm just grabbing a piece of white. Okay, basic white, same A4 sheet. And so this time now I'm going to do 5 by 10. So cut off at 5. So make sure that's all lined up. Okay, so I've got a measurement, lined it up at a 5 inch lengthwise. So cut this off. So I've got this nice generous piece to use for lots of things. And then this, I'm going to pull the arm out and do 10, folding, okay, cutting it off at 10. Right, so I've got that spare. Lots of love box dies. Not sure if you still had it, and you had free postage, so I was checking if that was right. Free postage. Okay, I'll double check what you mean by that. Sorry, losing. So I'm going to be cutting this at 5 because this is at 10. So that will make 2. So then I want to now do the score lines so that I can cut it off, right? So I'm going to score line. So back to the vertical position, and now close the arm so that it's more room for me to do. And we're going to measure. This time round we are measuring. Where's my thing? About 1 7/8. So score it at 1. So can you see that the 1 inch mark is going to be quite important. So I'm scoring it at 1 inch mark, and then at 1 7/8. 1 7/8. And then, what's the next one? 3 1/8. 3 1/8, 3 1/8 is measuring all good. 3 1/8, and then at 4, if I do believe, yeah, that's right, 4. So basically 1 inch on either end. All right, not sure if you can see it. 1 inch on either end, and then 2 smaller 7 and 8, and then the middle is the bigger one. And then now I can cut it at 5. Woo! All right, so now I've got the 2 all done. See how easy it was? All right, so I've got this, and then we have actually, yeah, I've got those 2. So that's 2. And then now the third part is the DSP. So you've got a cardstock base, and then you have the basic white, which is the matte. I mean, play around with the colors, but that's what I've done. And then with the DSP, I did have one already cut out. So I guess you possibly could cut, like, you know, because of 12 by 12, sometimes people just cut them into 6 by 6. And so this is the 6 length, and then I believe that has been cut to, oh, here we go. I started it off at 4 3/8. Yeah, I started off at 4 3/8, and that height is 6. Okay, that's a 6. So now I'm going to cut off at 4 7/8 first. So the rationale being this is 5. So I'm going to have a border, so I'm going to do it at 4 7/8. So the border will be an 1/8, no, a 16th. All right, so that is actually going to be used for the cross, the cross part. Yeah, and then so these I'm going to now cut them. So because this is 1 inch on either side, so on either of this side, it's going to be 7/8. All right, 7/8. So you wouldn't want to cut 7/8 and then another 7/8 because it may matter the direction. So we're going, you know, from left to right, and we're going it in order. So we're going to go 7/8 for the first one. Cut that off. And then 6/8, which is 3/4. So that's going to be mirror image later. So then the middle part is slightly bigger. What's that one? 1 1/8. So 1 1/8. Cut that off. Now, so that's the middle. So then this will be 6/8 again, or 3/4. Oops. Just gonna, yep. And then that. You shouldn't have to do it anymore because it should be 7/8. All right. So that's how I would have done that, right? So cut them all up. So I'm just going to place this all here so we don't get confused. Right. And then, so I'm trying to show you an alternative, right? So let's take 2. The same thing again. You're still doing the easel part. So just make sure that that's all folded. I see the outgoing ink colors are on last chance. Yep, I did weigh up getting Petunia Pop, then thought better to save. Yeah, so it depends on whether you like it so much that you want to have everything. So if you're going to get that color, get all of it. Get the ink pad, the refill, and maybe the blends too if you like the blends. Okay, so the easel card, so that part is going to be exactly the same. Here we're going to, I'm just going to go with the grain. So you know how we scored it, so that side is the indent, and that is like, that kind of, it's raised. That part is the emboss, and that part is the deboss. And I tend to like to fold downwards, or like a mountain fold. Okay, and then I'll work my way around. So this time around, we're going to do a side popping box. Okay, so I'm going to do a side popping one like that. I'm going to do I'll start off there. Okay. This is alternative if you didn't want to do a cross pop-up. Then you can do something different, like a side cross. Not a side cross, sorry, a single pop-up on the side. So, got my little border, maybe a little bit more, just so that it's even. Alright, so I've got that. And then, next up is, do I want it like that? No. How did I want this? I want this to be like that. Yeah. So, can you see how I have folded that valley? Okay, fold it down that way, push it all the way in, and I'm going to have it like that. So that's, then I know that's where I'm going to glue it. Just that flap. Just showing you an alternative. If you just jumped on, we did a cross card, which is like that. But I'm showing you an alternative because by the time you get this, it won't be Easter. And although I did say as well, or the alternative, you know, like it doesn't have to be an Easter card. It can be christening card, it can be baptism card, it can be sympathy card. And yeah, so now it's side popping, right? So now, so that's if this is now the middle part. So if in doubt, look for the bigger part first, right? So that's the big one that goes on there. So I'm going to put that there now. Let's see. All right. Which way do I want? Woo! Something just fell down. And ouchie me. Okay. Whoops. Whoops. I'm looking at the wrong side. Okay. Okay, why is this on an angle? Okay, put that one down there. So look at the middle first, and then that's going to go on the side, like so. Yep. So hopefully it's not too glare. I know we're working with white here. It's actually hard for me to see too, so hopefully on the camera it's not too bad. I'm going to go on here. Oh, these cute. The paper is so cute with all the little purple butterflies. So not sure if you're not a purple fan, like I said, you know, I'm using the lavender paper, but you can obviously do this with any other paper. And then this will be that. Yep, and it matches with the paper, so that's good. So, what do you guys think? It's going to be another long video because we're not... Oh, well, the second card should be so simple and straightforward. Just kind of balance it out a little bit. Okay, so we've got that. And then that was... Is that the right one? Nope, that's the right one. Yeah, I think that's the right one. So that's on the other side, but we won't see that. So I'll put that on here. So, right across here, down here, and put that here. Okay. So what do you think? So now we've got a side kind of column. All right, so it's a little bit different. And so we've got this space here, and we have this, and we have these. So these were the leftover that I cut out before. Whee, hair everywhere. I thought what I'll do is Is that the right size? That is the right size. Yep, going to do that one too. And actually, I might do that right up. Yeah, here I'm just going to be doing a little bit of a frilly thing. Look. Okay, maybe for you, maybe not for you. So, but yeah, I'm just doing a little bit of creative flair. But if you don't want that, you can just leave it. So this part obviously is optional. Okay, I'm just having that tiered look. And what did I want this to be? Can't remember. Oh, it was 5, wasn't it? Yeah, but the white was 5. So let's cut it to 5. Okay. So I'm just doing the tearing look. Now, if you like a white, so this is our cardstock. So the difference between our A4 cardstock and the tone on tone, the 12 by 12 tone on tone, is that that 12 by 12 tone on tone has a white core. So when you do a ripping thing like this, see how this A4 one, it's all the same color right through. So it's pretty peacock right through. But if you were to tear the tone on tone, then this will be white. So some people are one way or the other, I guess. And I kind of don't mind. Wait, that wasn't the right one. Goodness me, where has the other one gone? See, it just has a habit of, it just goes walkabouts. What is the story with us? Guys, come on. What did I do with that? This belonged to that other side. Oh my goodness. I'm taking a step back to try and see what's happened. Oh, you're right. No, that's right. So nothing's wrong. So that is on the other side, and I'm just putting it on here, and it's not going to line up here, which is fine. All right, so I wanted to do a little bit of a creative flair here, so I have done this. Okay, I've created that sort of look. So it may or may not be what you like to do. So just showing you what I do. All right, as long as it's the right way up. Okay, I'm gonna line it up. Okay, so if I need it to, then I'll just snip that a bit off. Just to being very pedantic, snip that off, and then that goes on here. With a little bit of a border, that's right. So then going on here. And, oh, I know what, I want to bring in my, where have you gone? Where's my silicone sheet? Oh, Ruby. Right, here we go. So that, I'm going to have that kind of look happening. Okay, so it's either you're either for it or you're not for it. Okay. So it looks like I might just have to trim off that a little bit. Do I want to trim that off completely? Yeah, because I want a little bit of a border, don't I? Okay, I think what we'll do is we'll trim that off. haven't done this straight though. Why is this not straight? Okay, this could be disastrous. Alright, let's try this. Let's try it. This could be wrong on so many levels, but yeah, you get the idea what I'm trying to achieve here. Not for the torn look on this one, as all the rest of your lines are neat and tidy. Yep, that's fair enough. Yeah, that is a very fair point. I will forge on ahead because we will do that. Okay, so that's how it's going to look. So when it closes, it'll be like that. Okay, and then you can open it up like that, and it'll just be like so. All right, and then we can have our little embellishment, the same thing, except I think I'm going to pop these in for you in the kit, because then you have that option. You can either do it. So these are like the little puffy stickers. And I've got some purple things going on here. Let's do this big one, shall we? Or this flower, maybe the flower. But it's a different flower. Oh well, I'm sure it doesn't matter so much. Okay, I'm going to do that first. I'm going to stamp some wordings here. What shall I stamp? I think that's going to be too big, isn't it? Your blessing. That's way too big. Okay. Just because you've been on my mind. Oh, yes, I will do that. You've been on my mind. Yes, cool. Right, where are you? Is my stamp gone? So many things to choose from. Here we go. Oh, look at this. This was, so, hey, do I have things missing in here? Why does that look so? Okay, not sure. But you've been on my mind. That's what I wanted. Okay, so go do on that one. You've been on my mind. Right, just flop this down. And then pick that up. And shall we do Pretty Peacock? Just because we've got Pretty Peacock. Or shall we do purple? Pretty Peacock. Let's just do Pretty Peacock because I can. Because that's my card base. So I'm bringing in a bit more Pretty Peacock. So it really is a matter of choice what you want to do. You've been on my mind. Oh, cute. So really easy in terms of like embellishment. Whoops, don't know how. Whoop, okay, that's cool. I thought it was. So that's just going to go on there like that. I think. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Maybe a little bit more centered. Maybe a little bit more centered. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. Oh, covering up my little butterfly. I love that little butterfly. I'm going to come down a bit. Alright, and then I will put that little flower and birdie. Oh, okay, so what I might need to do, because this is all sticky, and I don't want it to be all sticky, so I'm going to bring in that paper, stick it on there, and then I'm going to cut it. Ouch! So just doing a little bit of fussy cutting here now. Okay. So it's not too onerous. Here we go. Just cutting this off. Yeah, because I don't want it to close that off, because that so I'm only cutting the paper, I'm not cutting the embellishment. Yeah, because it comes already with adhesive backing. Just about there. Okay, so cool, bananas. Then I just need to pop that on like that. You're always on my mind. You've been on my mind. Yeah. It's already puffy, so I don't think I need to have, I don't think I need to pop it up, you know, on dimensional. But yeah, how cool is that? So then, so yeah, so that's out of the ephemera pack. The softest spring mix and match puffy stickers. So we've got that. And so here is the alternative. It just pops up like that. And so it's a bit hard to show you, but when it stands up like that. Or you can have the cross card. So, see, we have always got options. Isn't that cool? Yay! Yes, okay, so that's card number 1. Whew, I still can't see my stamp, my You Are Loved stamp. Where did you go? No idea. Okay, card number 2 would be that. Nice and simple. So that's basically using the 3 circles cut out of my favorite, the stylish shape. Okay, so this one, my sample here is with the pretty peacock, so that's cool. So now I can match that with that as a set. That's cool, eh? And then this one here, I will be doing it in the gorgeous grape, but you can do it with Highland Heather. So first of all, I have just created this just a little addition, you know, like instead of just this plain basic opening, I've just I think this is 1 1/4 inch. Just do a score mark there so that I can fold it down, and it creates a little pocket. Okay, so you can use double-sided tape, but double-sided tape, then, you know, it's kind of like you have to have the right width, or otherwise a lot of it is gone. So with this one here, at least, I am doing only a slight sliver. Okay, just burnish it really well so that I have a little pocket here. And okay, and then so now I've kept this real nice and plain because I want to keep that like a border there. So now options though, yeah, I wanted to show you the different option to step it up. So you have this one here, just plain and simple. Cool, so then you've got that. Just move that out of the way for now, because I am going to do some splattering. You know me, I love my splattering, so you can splatter this one. Just grab a piece of paper to kind of cover it. Oh guys, I should show you. Oh, where is it? Oh, it's not accessible at the moment, but this glass mat, the new grit paper that I got given in my artisan box, actually covers this glass mat so well, so that's really cool. So you know me, I want to do my splattering, so do I want to go for purple? Actually, we don't have gorgeous grape. We don't have gorgeous grape, what do you call it? Stamping blends, but you can use, oh no, we don't have the right marker, do we? But you can use water painter brush. You can do that as well. So just going to do some splattering. All right, probably way too much. Less is more, but hey, I've just gone more. All right, so that's cool. We've got that, so I've just stepped it up that way. Probably put that What do I want? Do I want it all in pink? Ooh. Butterfly. So I can do it like that, or I can have a bit more contrast, maybe a little bit more contrast. What do you think? And make it a real pink, a real purpley card. That's straight. Okay, I could do it that way. This was actually out of a sketch, a Global Design Challenge project, Global Design Project, GDP sketch. I think something like 510 or something like that, and it was that way. So you can either do it that way, just a little bit of splatter to kind of add some sort of interest, or you could emboss this. And I think what I want to do is, I am a bit partial to this exposed brick 3D. I do love that. I don't know why, but I do love this design. So so I could just do it like that. All right, so bear with me while I emboss this. Yeah, so a third option, so how you jazz things up a little bit, and especially like if you are beginning stamper, you would probably not have all the things that we have, and so you probably go with this, right? You start off with this, and then as you you know, as you go along, and you just go, yeah, I think I could really get into this card making things, and you can start to invest in a little bit more things. So like with the ink, you can invest in, you know, tools, and you can invest in finally, you know, the stamp cut and emboss machine that would then give you the ability to create texture like this, embossing, and we could have that sort of look, right? So, and that like, yeah, just what am I talking about? My card, yeah. Will just look a little bit different. Okay, so we can do that. Let's do that. I'm gonna do that. You can do, actually I can still splatter on here if I wanted to, but I think I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it for now. All right, so good advice. The amount of stuff I have already and only making a few cards, I'm at that saturated point of products. Yeah. Yeah. That's why, that's another reason why I chose to be a demonstrator and run classes, Ruby. As busy as, you know, it's a busy time in our lives with growing children. I've been doing this for 10 years at least, and so my oldest is 22, so when he was younger, 10 years ago he was 12, and then my youngest would have been 2, right? So there were 4 kids, and I knew that, you know, it's so easy to just live and just be routine and just be running around after the kids and doing lots of, you know, like kind of mum thing. And so I thought, you know, okay, I'm going to have some time, I'm going to make time to do some crafting. It could be my little indulgence, right? But then at the same time, I was thinking, but, you know, it's so easy to just then, well, can't really justify, you know, buying so much things and only just for myself. And so then it became like, well, if I do classes, you know, and if I teach them, then I have an excuse to buy things. And, oh, you know, I'll charge for the classes. So, so then it becomes like, yeah, I can charge for the classes. And so, yeah, so that's, I know that's one of the reasons why I started, you know, forging ahead and going with this idea, and making, so, because then what it does, it actually forces me to make time to make cards, to use my supplies, because I have a class. I have a class to design for. Yeah, and so that was my rationale. Whether or not that makes sense, who knows. Okay, do I want crumb cake? But then do I want linen thread? But then that's really, yeah, maybe that will be cool. Or do we want white? I think I quite like that. I quite like that though. Okay, and then I'm just going to use a sentiment. What shall we use? So, from the same one, you've been on my mind, I could say, I think you're amazing. Oh, that's cool. I love that. That's cool. I can say that to people and encourage them. You know why I'm laughing? Oh, yeah, there it is, because I can't find it. I appreciate you. It's your birthday. I think you're amazing, because then I want it to be, I think I would like to use this card maybe for a thank you card. What do you think? I am looking for my, yeah, there we go. Great idea. I like mini spots. It has been a way for me of testing some colors regarding buying a full page. Yeah, great idea. Okay, and what color do I want to do? Let's go for Gorgeous Grey. Keeping it all in the same theme. Oh. Okay, I am looking forward to our new stamp. Our new stamp pad. Not sure if this is too. Oh yeah, that's all right. I think you're amazing. Okay, could do that. And then, so I really don't. Oh yeah, I don't want to close off that butterfly. But I want it to be on the intersection. Oh well, okay, that will have to do. That will just have to do. It's kind of like the little butterfly peeking out. And I want it maybe right about there. And just for interest, I'm just going to cut it on an angle. And just to make sure that it is the same angle, I can do it like that. That's being a little bit pedantic, you know, but if that's how you roll, that's how you roll. And if you don't mind, then you don't mind. So, but here is, I didn't cut it very well. Anyway, you get the idea. So it's going to be like so. Going to be intersection here. Great. And little mini dots. Okay, and then my glue dot. So, oh, I think this is the end. Ooh. Oh, well, that is rubbish. Okay, grab that one, grab the new roll, and the sticky. I want it here. Okay. Why did it not stick? All right. Okay, they are back from their walk. Okay, then just going to go right about here. Oh, look at it. It's kind of framing the butterfly. Maybe move that out a little bit. Right, happy with that. I'm just going to go. And there you have it. We are just about done. And okay. And then we'll just put some gems on. Of course, we'll put some gems on. I do not have any purple gems, or do I? I don't have any current ones, so I'm just going to either use, oh, we don't have purple. I don't have Gorgeous Grey, but I do have Highland Heather. So let's see. Dark Highland Heather. Yeah, I'll do that. So I'm just going to color 3, so there's like 3 different sizes. Okay. And then I'm going to, yeah, so this is a very, very purple card. Does anybody like purple? Purple. 1, 2, and third one right about here. Okay, so how cool is that? And then if you wanted to, I think you're amazing, and you can write your beautiful message. In fact, I could do that, the splatter one on here, I could put it in there, and then do my writing and have a little, oh, look at it, it's matching color. A cup of tea, a tea bag. So there you have it, a nice little card, not too hard to make, quite simple. And the other one, after the other one, so card number 2. Perfect with that. Okay, here we go. So card number 2, real nice, simple. And card number 1 was that. Right, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video today, and today's lesson and today's projects. A little bit more involved and a little bit more simple. And then I've just stepped it up a little bit by making it into a fun bowl and a pocket to include a little tea bag or more notes or money. Here we go. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks again. Yeah, so if you're watching replay, I hope you enjoy it, and please make a comment. I will go through them and look back and yeah, and like and share it with your friends who you might think might like this as well, and get it, yeah, word of mouth. You know, that's the best advertising for me. So great stuff, everyone, and thanks for joining Ruby and Sue. And I'm not sure if anyone else, actually it says 3 people are watching, so there is another person, which I don't know. I would have missed you trying to concentrate on the cards. So I thanks for joining me, and thanks for chatting, and I will see you next week. Okay, love you all. Bye. Have a great week.